Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I will support the bill and support the initiative taken by the Grand Chief Sir Peter Ipatas, Governor of Enga Province, in establishing the university, the Innovative University of Enga. Mr. Speaker, if you could allow me, let me just share what I see such important initiatives or projects like this can be affected by the relationship that the governors and the open MPs have on the ground. And I'd like to make some admissions here because this project is one that really must be supported by all leadership and the people of Enga under the leadership of the Grand Chief Sir Peter Ipatas, and I like to say it from my experience. Mr. Speaker, this university has been started solely and done by the governor himself under his leadership with the provincial government. It's a very worthy, it's a precious project, and now I'm very happy to commend the governor for bringing this to Parliament and now introducing the bill to this Parliament, and I'm sure we will pass this bill. But it's a wonderful work he has done, and I commend him for that. Sometimes I find when the open member doesn't work properly with the governor of the province, you find projects like this sometimes get delayed, don't get implemented, etc., etc. But here is an example of a governor who has been very persistent, very strong in his leadership. Despite circumstances, has brought this to light, and I'm happy with it. I'm saying it, Mr. Deputy Speaker, because I'm one of the open members in Enga Province who has not been working very closely in a political space with the Honourable Governor. But very recently, we have started to work together. There's been some wonderful things that I've seen this governor has been doing that when I was open MP, did not see. Because I was so much blinded by my own political interest and rivalry. So what I saw was the personality of Sir Peter Ipatas, but never saw the projects that he was doing, initiating for the people of Enga. And I think it's a similar experience that we find in this country because of the structure that we play our leadership roles. And now, recently he has introduced me into those buildings that he has built. We went through the Innovative University infrastructure, the lecturers that are there, and the programs that he is very arrogantly articulated in his speech. Those opened my eyes, and I said, man, you've done wonderful things here. People in the province, they complain about where it is put, little things. They say, oh, it should be in my place, in my village. It should not be over there. Those are very trivial matters that drains our energy out from those very important things that matter most. And the lesson that I think we learn is that we should look at bigger pictures, and this is what I have now come to grasp with the governor, and we are working on that, and I like to support this bill and support the governor's work, and we work together in complete solidarity to help the governor, support him while performing my duty as the member for Kandep to lead our people and to help our people progress into a positive future. So I really thought that Mr. Deputy Speaker should mention that. I also like to mention here that human resource development, the point that the governor raises is a very, very important point. That this country cannot be developed without a human being. I am one of those persons on the floor of the debate when we try to compare infrastructure and economy as against a human resource. I always say, no, it's a human resource that we must give the priority. Let's look at the welfare of the person, the intellect, the wisdom, the understanding, the knowledge in that person. How do we cultivate the resourcefulness of the human in the human? Bring that out, cultivate it, let's develop it. When human Papua New Guinean is developed, made to become affluent, smart, intelligent, wiser, because of the knowledge that the human person acquires through all these institutional developments and progress that he makes, you find that Papua New Guinea becomes smarter, and the country, the society is smarter. enlightened, awakened to reality, and we can compete at the international levels. We can be scientists. Like for instance, we've had the COVID-19 here, and we've been criticizing the Prime Minister, saying that, look, you're putting some money to some people to develop some vaccination and so forth. But let's move in the right direction, to develop those things, to develop scientists, to make Papua New Guineans become competent in the science world, in the technological world, ICT. It is now more knowledge than anything else. So the justification that the Governor of Enga province is given to building the university is just spot on, so justified. And the bill is brought and at the right time where we have to start to look at developing our human people. And I'd like to also mention the technical institutions. The universities, we need to build more universities, but we also need to strengthen the technical institutions like technical colleges, the TAFE institutions. I sometimes feel offended when I find the higher education, science and research technology thrives to send Papua New Guinean students across to Australia or New Zealand or other countries to developing those technical skills in them. Whilst we have our own institutions here. For instance, the Mount Hagen Technical College, like Lake Technical Institution, like Goroka Technical School here, like Port Moresby Technical College here, like we have the Hati, the Agriculture College. Those are very important technical institutions that exist. We overlook them. We should capacity and build those institutions because, like you heard the governor was saying, 32,000 people come out of the grade 11, 12, only 10 go to universities. What happens to the others? The word he used was misfits. What do we do with them? The technical colleges, carpenters, mechanics, front-end load operators, excavator operators, truck drivers, auto electricians. There's so many. And agriculturists, technical people can go out and teach our people to do piggery and poultry, etc. We're running out of these skilled people. We have to place our attention in those areas too. While we look at the universities, let's also develop this middle sector. When this middle sector people are the real people, you'll find them, they grow this small, medium-scale enterprises, the business, and it grows. Third point I'd like to make is the accreditation of universities in Papua New Guinea. While we established the Innovative University of Enga, we'd like to make the Innovative University of Enga become accredited at the international level. We'd like to see all our institutions here, they are established and they meet the requirements of the international standard. Like the Dublin, the Sydney Accord, or United States have their own accord. There are other international accords that the university must be built to capacity at the universities. There are lecturers that are there. There are students, the faculty taught. Very important. And as articulated in this presentation of the bill by the governor, he articulates exactly the early childhood learning courses. As to English, we've been learning, the outcome-based education with our small kids speaking Tok Police and go school. I was also offended by that. I thought we should change those things because we are now going to the more commercial, technological, scientific language, and that's English. We have to master English. So there you go. These are right courses that are introduced in the Innovative University of Enga, but our heads must be to making sure that we meet the international standard. Like for instance, UPNG. Does it meet the international standard university level? PAU? The one word? The others? Or do they not? So this is a challenge, Mr. Deputy Speaker, that we have. And I think next Parliament will come in, or even from the work that we are starting now with the bill that we are about to pass on the floor with regards to the Innovative University of Enga. Let's look at how we can make our universities international standard so we can compete at that level, because it is going down that road today. So, Deputy Speaker, well, Liz, I support the governor in this bill, and I'd like to also say in supporting the government, provincial government, in Kandep, we are establishing a school of excellence. We're looking at that intellectual human development. We have upgraded the only existing high school to secondary level. to align with the Innovative University of Enga, and also we're establishing 2 new high schools in Kandep to align with what the provincial government is doing. So I think what we need to do is we focus on integral human development in all facets. The provinces and districts, we need to work together. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.